All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us on tonight's team call. I'm going to try and share my screen with you guys because I had a lot to say and I wanted to get my thoughts all together. So give me 1 second. I won't be able to see anybody this way, but all right, let me go back. There we go. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear and see the screen. If not, somebody text me and let me know because I can't see your faces when I'm in like the full screen mode. So a lot of exciting things happening, right? January was absolutely amazing, but we need to keep this momentum going. I think a lot of us, and I'm included in this, are kind of stuck in the, like we're doing the 80-day obsession, like we're all into that one group, but we have to remember that like it's a new month and we have to keep sharing our progress, sharing our people's progress, and getting more people on board for February. And we'll kind of talk about that too in the announcements. So first thing, if you guys didn't hear, in the 80-day obsession group, in our team group, what we're doing is just sharing our stories about coaching, because obviously like that group is filled with so much energy and excitement that like we have to use this as an opportunity to talk to people about coaching and, because that's how it gets started, right? If people see the excitement with the programs, like that's the power of Beachbody. That's the power of the programs. They start feeling excited. They start feeling good about themselves. They start feeling more confident. And what's that translate to? They want to share that, right? So we want to be encouraging them to, and that's why we did like last week, we encouraged them to share their story. So we're sharing our story this week. So tomorrow night we're doing a webinar. It's going to be the same link as our team call. So if you know people that are not in our 80-day obsession group, please share and invite people to the webinar tomorrow. So we're going to continue to share our stories in that page so everybody can get to know all the different types of coaches that are on our team. And tomorrow night will be starting at 8 p.m. So if you don't know what a coach opportunity webinar is, we're going to just pretty much talk, what is a Beachbody coach? How do you become a Beachbody coach? And we're going to dive a little bit more into, like how do you earn those types of things, going over, common objections, like I don't have enough time, or is this a pyramid scheme? So we'll kind of cover all that in the webinar tomorrow. So make sure that you invite people, invite your challengers that are getting awesome results, invite people that, are your previous challengers, invite people, and we'll talk about this tonight too, that are influencers, people that you see on social media that would really make a great coach. Maybe they're not into health and fitness, but they have that personality that people, whatever they're doing, people will follow. They're those, I guess, quote unquote, like popular people, right? That are constantly posting on Facebook. Those people are great people that would make coaches. So reach out to them. February obviously is Team Cup. So what we're doing with my Team Cup team is like we already kind of like went over our team goals. Like what do we want to do as a team? What prizes do we want to earn? What are our individual goals? Like how many, besides points, like do we want to rank up to a certain thing? Do we want to have a certain amount of new coaches come onto our team? We're also implementing some power hours. We're actually doing power half hour, so half hour power hours. So we're doing that like 3 nights a week. And all we're doing in that is just inviting. We'll be doing like all the other stuff during, the day, but we're really focusing in on just inviting because that's typically the part that we don't do. We're also doing like a ring the bell thing. So we have like a pin post in our group, and we've done this like in our team page as well. Every time you help somebody, you're going to quote unquote ring the bell and not just say, yay, I got 2 Success Club points, because yes, Team Cup is about earning as many Success Club points as you can get, but my girls are going to be ringing the bell saying who they're helping and what that person's goals are. That way we're focused on the person and not just the points. So those are some ideas for your Team Cup. Remember, like if you are on a Team Cup, like show up. Like there are four other people that are counting on you, and that's the last thing, and that's why it's awesome to be on a Team Cup, because you're kind of committed, right, to those other people. So stay in the game, work together, and as always, If you need help, let us know in the team page. All right, Summer Sizzle Obsession. So this is our, quote unquote, round 2 of our team 80-day obsession group that we'll be starting. It's already open. So if you're not in it, Leah posted the link today and a couple of days ago. We'll keep posting it, but get yourselves in there. And then just like our first group that we started in January, it's going to be the same thing. We're going to just throw people in there. You can get them started with a little bit obsessed, however it is. And then prep week will be starting February 26th for official start on March 5th. So get people in there, introduce them, welcome them, and then we'll get that ball rolling. So let's make sure that we have our eyes focused on that and that we don't forget, like, while we're kind of like in our own day 22 of 80-day obsession, like we need to share and get more people in so we can continue this like awesome momentum that we have going. For February is challenge packs. They're all $10 off. Pretty awesome thing to use for people, especially people that you're following up with from January and December and November. Use that to let people know. Really exciting news. We have Isabel Deichler. If you don't know her, she is the wife of Carl Deichler, who is the CEO of Beachbody. She's going to be on our team call. She is also the co-creator of Shakeology. So even besides her just being the wife of the CEO, like she is very knowledgeable about health and just everything doing with superfoods, and she's amazing, just like Darren. That's not going to be on a Tuesday. It's going to be on Monday, February 26th. So make sure that you mark down on your calendar to be on that team call. I believe the time is different as well. I will let you guys know. I think it's going to be an 8 o'clock start on that one. And that week we'll have no Tuesday call. So make sure you let everybody know. And I think that also is a really great call to get your customers on that. I'll definitely be posting that in the 80-day group too, because if we can give them that knowledge, it's just going to make them understand why Shakeology is awesome and why they need to continue on with it. All right, so the reason why I wanted to talk about being a diamond coach and what it's all about, like I said, we have so much momentum going on with 80-day obsession, and everyone's excited. Everyone's seeing great results. Even like us and the coaches on our team, like we're feeling all pumped up, right? So this is the prime opportunity where we can say, all right, like let's go for big goals. Let's really start, even if you're a new coach, like let's start building a business, not just having a commission kind of retail business, but let's start building a residual business. And I'll talk about that too. So let's kind of just like start from square one, because I know we have a lot of new coaches on the call tonight. So what is a diamond coach? A diamond coach is just a rank in Beachbody. I posted this pretty paper. I don't know if you can see me too, might not. You can print this out, and this will, this is what we call like a diamond tracker. So anytime you have a coach, whether they're an active coach, meaning that they're working the business, or you have a discount coach, somebody that's just signed up as a coach for the discount, you're going to put their name in the bubble. When you fill out the bubbles, then you become a diamond coach. So for example, you need 4 active coaches on each leg. So you need 4 active coaches on the left and 4 active coaches on the right. 2 of those coaches, 1 on each leg, needs to be emerald. All right. So that's how you become a diamond coach. Why do you want to be a diamond coach? Besides, yes, the recognition is awesome. The feeling of reaching that is awesome. You get an $18 in, kind of like raise in your team bonus cycles. So as an emerald coach, you earn 14. As a ruby coach, it's 16. As a diamond coach, you earn the most at $18 for your team bonus cycles. That is freaking awesome. You want to maximize your earning potentials as much as you can. So right, like being a diamond coach is really just that like first step in building a business that's successful for your finances, right? To like, if you're a quote unquote like hobby coach, you're just doing this to keep yourself accountable, and that's totally cool. But like being a diamond coach is really that first step to really getting you into that leadership role and to really just start building a team. Diamond is not just like, and I remember when Lisa talked about diamond to me and hearing it when I was a brand new coach, I'm like, when I become diamond, I get to quit my job. And you know what? When it happened, I go, crap, I can't quit my job. So this is really like that start of like a real legit business, and not just kind of like placing it on what I don't want to say, placing it on just your commissions that you're getting. So you also earn a 10% matching bonus off of your personally sponsored coaches' team bonus cycles. So what that means is those people that are Emerald, say they earn, $36 in their team bonus cycles, you get 10%. But the cool thing is after, 5 years or, like Lisa, 6, 7, 8 years of being in this business, people will have pretty good team bonus cycles. So say one of your coaches earns $1,000 on their team bonus cycles, you will earn $100 just off of that. So that's what I mean by earning residual income and not income based on your commission. So we can retail, meaning we can sell challenge packs and we're going to get commission on that. So that's being a commission-based type of business, right? The residual income part of this, can't they make that word easier, comes from when you earn those team bonus cycles, when you get that 10% matching bonus. Because I could be, and I always tell this story too, when I was on my honeymoon for almost 4 years ago, I earned more money, that was like my biggest week when I was not actively like selling anything, because my team was still working, because I was earning with those team bonus cycles. And at that time, I don't think I was making much on that 10% matching bonus, but obviously it builds up over time. So that's what I mean. Building this business as a diamond coach is really that start to earning that residual income. Because I personally came into this business to have that life of freedom, to eventually quit my job. Did I believe that in the beginning? No. But eventually that's what I wanted. And that's what becoming a diamond coach really means, is that it's that first step for you to kind of see that big picture and to really get your feet wet with growing a team business, so you can have that residual income so that you can go on vacation and know you're still going to be earning a paycheck, even though you're not selling challenge packs and getting commission that way. Let me take a sip of my tea. So we'll obviously talk about how you can become diamond, but first we really need to talk about that mindset of becoming a diamond coach, right? Because if we don't believe that we can reach it, then it's just not going to happen. So you guys have to dream big with this, because I remember like I said, I thought like diamond coach was like the holy grail. Like that's it. Like I'm going to be a diamond coach and like I'm good to go. But you need to be able to, really believe that you can do that, just like anything else, right? Like if you dream small, you're just going to have small things, right? In the beginning, how did I build this to diamond? I signed up my mom and I signed up Dave and I got them to Emerald. So I pretty much faked it until I made it. I technically didn't have a team. I didn't have working coaches. I was working both accounts, but getting to diamond that way just gave me the confidence, and me having that confidence, I was able to then go out and say and have that belief, I'm a diamond coach. I can reach out to more people. Like I felt more comfortable inviting people to the business opportunity because I had something to kind of back it up. But in the beginning, I had nothing to back it up, right? So I told one of my coaches today, like, you need to act like you're a 10-star diamond coach. What would a 10-star diamond coach say to somebody that, got their 21-day fix from a friend and like they gave them their Shakeology? Would you let them in your group, or would you say, I need you to put a little bit more skin in the game, have that 10-star diamond coach mindset, that, you're not, that you are that confident person, that you are this leader, because you are. You just have to, believe it for yourself. And Ashley did her story in the 80-day obsession group yesterday, and her story is awesome because I've seen her grow so much. And she said, "Why not me? Like, why she?" And I think she was like talking about like she was watching something from Bonnie Engel. She's like, "Why can't that be me? Why it can? It absolutely can." So every time you feel like yourself, saying, "Oh, that could never be me," or you kind of have that thought in your head. If this is you, I get into those moments sometimes too, where I'm like, nobody wants to coach. Everybody's saying no. Nobody wants to be an active coach. Everybody just wants to be a challenger. Like, when you get into that mindset, you're going to get more people that don't want to coach. You're not going to grow your team. If you tell yourself, my team's not growing, guess what? Your team is not going to grow. You have to kind of fake it till you make it. You have to, use those positive affirmations. We've talked about that before, but really saying like, yes, I'm going to grow this incredible, amazing team. I always say this, like, people are knocking down my door to get on my team. I have coaches signing up left and right. When you have that type of mindset, when you have that type of belief, whether it's happening or not, you have to fake it till you make it. And you believe that it's just going to start to happen. I mean, look at Leia. Her team is just on fire because of her energy and the mindset shift that she's made. And, even in just like the past year, the past 6 months, her entire team is on that way of just that positive mindset of knowing that they can do it. Why not me? Yes, we can. Yes, we're going to do it. And they're doing it. So you have to look at your limiting beliefs and what you're saying to yourself when you're inviting people to the business opportunity. So I know I want Lisa to hop on really quick. So I'm going to stop this because she has to get off at 9. And I'll talk about some of that a little bit later. Let me stop this for a second. So we'll kind of get back to that. Lisa, do you mind hopping on really quick? I know I'm like kind of all over the place, but I wanted you to talk.
You're not all over the place at all. I thought that was great. Very organized. And I obviously agree with everything that you said. I just took a few notes while you were writing just to kind of expand on a couple areas. And then I can stay on a little bit depending on how we're doing. So your excitement right now is very high, and in the whole company. And so enthusiasm is your number one tool for getting people to join you. You can have all the skills, you can go to all the trainings, you can read up on everything and study everything, but if you don't have the excitement and the enthusiasm for what you're doing, people are going to feel that and they're not going to want to join you. So keep that alive, even months down the road, and that's why it's great that Beachbody has new programs coming out one after the other all the time to keep that momentum going. You mentioned there's quite a few new people. So when we talk about influencers, they're the people that you're looking that can also be referred to as a gold ship. And those are the people that are in your challenge group. They're naturally positive. They show up. They naturally take pictures of their food. They are cheering other people on. They are the driving force in your challenge groups who are showing signs. Just from doing that, they're showing signs that they can be a coach. And those are the people that you want to keep an eye out. So when I started, and I wanted to be able to expand my network, I had the Diamond Tracker, and I actually did the diagram on a whiteboard. And as I got a coach, I would put them in, I think it was purple, once they signed up. But then in my empty spots, I didn't like to keep them empty because to me, looking at an empty space every day just kind of reflected back to me an empty space. And when you have that, it can lead to some doubts coming up or to desperation, like I really want to fill that, I really want to get Diamond, I'm only 2 away and then I'll be there. So what I would do is I would take a pink one and I would write the names of the discount coaches that I signed up in there. that were showing signs of being an influencer or a gold chip in my challenge groups. So I believe that they could be a coach way before they even knew that they could be. And I can't even tell you how many times the people who I wrote in pink, I ended up rewriting in purple because it worked. So I was holding that vision for them before they even knew it. I knew it immediately that they would make a great coach. I loved their energy. I wanted them on my team, and I would manifest that way by having that visual and filling in my circles of who I wanted it to be. Thanks, Leah. And seeing that every day and looking at it. And then I did it for every diamond after that. So just, you can continue on with that. I was taught in the beginning that your goal is to have, hold on one second. Mallory has a question. So on our sheets, we're only writing in people who are actively working the business. No, anyone who is a discount coach is going to be what I call a placeholder. So I have to this day probably 30 coaches who are just discount coaches, but they hold my rank, 15 on each side or 10, whatever it is. And then you're going to have the people who are actively. So the people, as soon as they become a discount coach on your team, you're going to write them in a circle, but not customers. Unless you're working on a customer to turn into a coach, then that's when you can kind of do a manifestation and visualize what you want for them. So I was taught that 90% of your income needs to come from team cycle bonuses. And it's a little bit harder to relay that message 7 years later because challenge packs, there weren't any challenge packs back then. And now there's challenge packs, and somehow it's become a very commission-based business. But this is what happens when you have a commission-based business. You're doing all the work when you have a commission-based business. When you look at your paycheck every single week and it's coming primarily from your commissions, that means that you have shown up every day, which you want to be doing anyway. You've signed up people, you're running challenge groups, and you have to look at your retention, if there's continuing to drink Shakeology after the challenge group or not. Or are you just signing up more people? Are they falling off 3 months down the road? And you have to look at how plugged into the team and how plugged into getting to Emerald they are being. But when you have a business where your income is from team cycle bonuses, the team creates your income. You help, of course, you're contributing to your income, but let's say, like I have 6,000 coaches on my team right now. I get paid on my efforts times 6,000 people. Like, that's crazy. You got to understand that. So let's say you have your efforts. How much can you really do in a day? I mean, seriously, a lot of us are moms, a lot of us are working. How much can we do? You sign up 5 people and you teach them to do what you do. Now you're getting paid for your efforts and times 5. So you've just multiplied all your efforts and you're getting paid from the team cycle bonuses. Yes, we cannot do alone what 6,000 can do together. Absolutely, without a doubt. So that's why it was so important for me to be taught that 90% of my income, which it does to this day, comes from my team cycle bonuses. I make about $1,000 a week from matching bonuses alone. Crazy, right? So I make 10% of all my diamonds and all my emeralds and my downline. And that's why, another reason why you want to get people to get to Emerald. I just wanted to, usually I don't talk too much about income, but I really wanted to tell you that because that's powerful. That's just from a matching bonus. That's just from what my diamonds are doing. It's crazy. So the most important thing that anyone who I've worked with mentoring knows about me, that I am a big one on this, is you have to write out your ideal business partner and you have to write out your ideal team and do that every single month. You have to have a vision. You know, we probably all read Energy Bus. You have to have a vision of where you're going, and that can change over time. But not only that, the act of writing it down reawakens that vision within yourself. And it also reminds you of which direction you're headed in. So ideal business partners would be, you want someone easy to work with, someone who's coachable, someone who is going to plug into the system and do X, Y, and Z. Somebody who is positive, somebody who is motivated, someone who is popular, someone who has a great circle of friends. An influencer is someone within a pod, within a circle of friends, or at work, or within their family structure, that if they do something, everyone else in the pod is going to do it. And we all know that one person that if they get on Shakeology, they're going to get everyone in the office on Shakeology. They're just, now, do they have to be those type of people? No, you're going to have everyone in between, but those are the people you really, really want to be looking out for. So you want them to be influencers, outgoing, willing to use Facebook, all those things, have some sort of self-discipline. They don't have to have everything, because a lot of things can be taught, but you have to get really clear of what is the type of person that you want to be working with, and what is the type of person that you want on your team. What do they look like? What does it feel like? And then you're going to have a separate one for ideal team. And that is going to be not only all the other characteristics that I talked about, but what does your team feel like? You know, do you want a heart-centered team? Do you want a team that is going to, everyone's going to lean on each other, and that type of thing? So those are my tips based on what you were talking about, Rose. And it's really super important to use that diamond tracker. And once you have coaches that you're working with that are doing the business, ask them to, you're going to work with them with their diamond tracker too. So they'll be sending you, I always have them take a snapshot of their diamond tracker to send to me, and we work on it together.
Thanks, Lisa. Great point of like figuring out who you want on your team, getting clear about that. I mean, that's just gold right there. Alicia, do you have like a minute or two?
Yeah, I can share quick.
All right, cool. I know you are really, really good at this with signing up people as discount coaches right off the bat. So like with Mallory's question, like whether they're active coaches or discount coaches, they still count for you to reach rank. So how do you approach that to people? Because I think some people have hesitation with signing people up as a discount coach.
Yeah, for sure. So I always just go about it and letting them know that they don't really have the option to not sign up as a customer unless they like say something about it. And Rose was always really good about kind of doing that with me right away too, and training me. And so I usually don't even tell them that they have an option to like do Shakeology alone or do BOD alone or any of that stuff. I just say it comes in a pack. And if people are concerned about like the $15.99 price, or you know, like the monthly coaching fee, you know, or whatever that is, and then I just say, well, it's still cheaper than getting Shakeology, you know, every month at regular price. So it's like $135, and I say plus you get like the 25% discount, which is pretty awesome because you can come back and get, you know, if you want to try the performance line, or if you want to get, you know, a cute tank from your program that you're doing, you get 25% off. And then I usually always say kind of include like, so I always like to do like a one-on-one call with them after they get signed up. And I always kind of hint about coaching, and I say, hey, you don't have to be a coach, that they are signed up with that discount, but it's just something nice to be able to get your product paid for. And if you do want to coach, you know, like that's a whole different story that we can get into, but just kind of letting them know what their options are. But ultimately, like you do want to get them signed up as a discount coach. But typically you can kind of tell or at least, I don't know, it takes a little bit, but you can tell in their conversation if they're going to be really committed or if they're like, oh, I just want to try it and kind of see. And so those people, for the try it and see type people, I usually sign them up as customers just because they'll probably do Shakeology for 1 or 2 months and then be done.
Yeah, great tips. And I kind of do the same thing. Like, I really don't give people another option. I let them know if they want to continue on for the second month, they can. If not, they can totally cancel and they don't have to pay that $15.95 fee. Like, either way, they're making out. So Alicia, when you reached Diamond, like, why was that important for you, and how did you get there?
I reached Diamond fairly quickly as a newer coach, and I guess it was just a really big goal of mine, and it was kind of more of a decision that, like, I was just really excited and really on fire and just excited about what I was doing. And I don't know, for me, like, income is a big motivator at that time because I was like, oh, cool. Like, I wasn't working from home yet. I was working at full time. So I think, like, when I was seeing that, I was like, oh, wow, like, this is really, like, possible, like, that I could do something from home. So that was really motivating. But just, it was, like I said, it was more of a decision thing that you kind of go into it and you're like, I can really see myself doing this. Like, you just kind of, that momentum really just comes along and you're just get swept off your feet almost. And it just kind of gets the ball rolling, and almost like a snowball, like, it starts off small, but like, as it begins rolling, as you're building a snowman or whatever, like, you have all that momentum going down the hill and you get bigger and bigger. And that's almost kind of what happened. And then I actually dropped rank for a little while. And then it took me about maybe almost like 9 months to get back up to Diamond again. And so that was really interesting too, just to kind of go through that process and get that momentum going again, because I realized there was a few things that I wasn't doing in my business.
Yeah, I think we all kind of think that people are perfect. And like, we don't see like Melanie Mitro ever drop rank. Like, yes, she does. I drop rank. Like, it is just a part of being an entrepreneur. You're going to have like those ups and downs, but it's a decision to either stay where you are or grow. Right. And I think that's like something huge about being Diamond is like, it's that decision to continually grow. Like, like, we have such this high energy going on now because we have all this growth happening. And that's part of like what Maslow's 7th hierarchy, blah, 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 of like life. Like, if you're not growing, you're going to feel that stagnation. You're going to feel bored. And that's what at my old job, like, it was so freaking boring because I wasn't growing. I was just like, bleh. I was just like there. So if you're feeling like that in your business, you have to ask yourself, are you growing? Are you making those big goals in order to like really get moving in this again? Because that's going to build the excitement, is bringing on those new people. Who was it? Last week's National Wake Up Call. She talked about like her excitement comes from the new blood, the new people coming in, and that keeps her excited, and their energy excites her. And it's that kind of like that whole system that gets everything going. So yeah, thanks Alicia for sharing that. Jessica, I see you're on, but I don't see your face. So I don't know if you can talk or not. I can't hear you. Do you want me to unmute you?
Am I muted?
Yeah, you're unmuted.
I'm literally in the bathroom, so don't mind the situation. But I'm on. It's been a crazy day, but I have to say, I wanted to kind of start off by just saying that, speaking of growth, being one of Rose's first coaches that was working the business, I can tell you that she is a very different person than she was that many years ago. And the reason why is because she is someone who has just taken this business and continued to challenge herself and grow. And it's impressive to be able to be a part of that and to sit back and watch and be a part of it, but more so just to see it as an outsider. So when you think of someone who has been the example of how you can have ups and downs and you can have setbacks with rank, with your team, whatever it is, Rose is someone who just always kind of rises to the occasion, and it's because she's grown, and it's because she's accepted that that's the only way that she's going to get stronger, is to continue to challenge herself in that way. So I kind of wanted to roll with that because you were talking about growth. Let me stand. Hold on. Am I being too loud? Am I okay? Okay. All right. I was making sure. Nobody wants to wake a sleeping baby. So I guess. Oh, thanks. I know. Is anybody else obsessed like me? I worked at the grocery store tonight, Whole Foods, hoping to make some conversations. But let's see, Rose. What am I talking about? What am I saying?
Whatever you want to talk about, whether it's how you became Diamond, why it's important, any tips.
Okay. I kind of started off, I think, in a road that maybe not many people who get into the business actually start down that path in a way, in that I never really had my eye on Diamond. I did. Being when we started, I think we kind of started and we didn't really know that when Rose and I were really kicking off this business, we didn't really have rank in mind. We were really focused on income, I will say. Both of us had the drive to possibly one day leave our job, and when we were being trained by Lisa and we found out what was possible through this business, that was something that really drove me more than necessarily the rank title of Diamond. But one way that I got there very quickly in my business, I wasn't one of those 1 month Diamond kind of people. What I started to do, honestly, I was sharing my story, and what started to happen was everybody wanted to do the Ultimate Reset with me. It's the first program I did. So after I signed a few people up and I saw the potential for a commission-based income, I was like, this is amazing. So I don't know why we did it, but my coach taught me to sign everybody up as discount coaches. And the only thing we knew then, because there was no Coach Basics yet, like we were still, it was a different kind of training that we did. What we did was you put one on the right, you put one on the left, and you balanced that out. And you started to watch where your strong team or strong team leg began to take off. And then as that started to go, you continued to try and switch and alternate legs with the discount coaches that you were signing up, which in all honesty, all of my coaches were discount coaches to start. And I got to Diamond because what's going to happen naturally is they were already enrolled as a discount coach. They found out they could get a discount on their shakes and their products. And then what started to happen was people started to recognize that they were making these changes and started to ask them questions. And in the beginning, the first couple of people who popped Emerald were only because of referrals. They were saying, hey, so-and-so's asking me a question. And I said, oh, great. You've been doing so well. You'd make a great coach. Let me show you what to do. And my first two coaches to pop Diamond were Courtney Barnett and Danielle. And right away, as soon as they started to see those results from these programs that we're doing, they took off with the business. And it's because they were already enrolled as a coach. They didn't have to go through that extra step of becoming a coach. So that was just something that I did. Everyone was signed as a discount coach. Difference is though too, just if you're a new coach, you don't make the commission off of their orders, so if your goals are different, make sure you kind of align that with your coach and have a discussion of what your first goal is. Do you need to get your Shakeology paid for it, or do you want to get to Emerald first? So there's different ways to kind of navigate based on what it is that you're looking for as far as your business goals go. But, for me, it was income. It was building a team where, I could have a baby and take a few weeks off and I still had income coming in. So the fact that I was able to build it to that point when I went out on maternity leave and had our daughter, that was such an incredible blessing to be able to have a business to that point. that I can continue to build on now as she gets older. So I'm very similar to Alicia, that everyone's discount coaches, generally speaking. So that, I think that's why I got to Diamond so quickly. And then that's why coaches popped to Emerald and then to Diamond, was because they were getting the results and they were already signed up as coaches, and they could just start the business naturally as they started to see progress in their own program.
So would you say like most of your like discount coaches, did they automatically come to you and say, I want to coach, or did you actually have to invite them?
I'd say some take longer. It's an individual basis. It's kind of hard to generalize and say. I will say that I mention it to them immediately when they are enrolled as a discount coach. I always say, hey, and if you have family and friends interested in doing it with you, what's nice is you can kind of get a little bit of money back if we sign them up underneath of you. And just in like a casual way to explain that there's referrals. You know, if you bring me 3 people, you can make back what you just spent on your own package. So that's one way that I mention it to people initially. I've only gone to very few people and said, before they've even been a challenger, and said, well, you'd make a great coach. Generally speaking, the best coaches are the ones who go through our programs and who see the results and who organically start to share it, just like a really good restaurant you went to. We couldn't wait to tell everyone about. That's the same thing the way it is with our programs. So I'd say it's a personal thing. Like, then I've got Gina. Gina is an amazing coach, and it took me 3.5 years to get her from a discount coach to being an active coach. So, you know, it's kind of to each their own on their own path, but making sure to mention it up front so that it's always in the back of their mind, saying, hey, that's something I could possibly do.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because like I never had, all right, one person, Dawn, was the only one I think that ever like messaged me out of the blue and said, I want to become a coach. Everybody else I had to like actively invite. Like with Jessica, like she posted, I need a summer job. I had my eyes open for that stuff. So like guys, like look for those types of things. When people, when you're talking to somebody about a challenge pack and they're like, I can't afford it. Boom, perfect time to introduce the coaching opportunity, or just say, you know, if you have 3 friends that want to join you, you can get your product for free. Or if you have 2 people that want to join you, you can get your stuff for free. Do you want to take that one, Jess? Can you read that?
I could see at the beginning of it. Generally, when someone's wanting to sign up, I'm very much like Alicia in that I really don't offer them anything other than the challenge pack, because I know of the value that they get in that package. It's almost like they can't do the program to its fullest extent unless they have the pack. So that's my first kind of proposal to them. And I say, you know, you can get it for 180 if they're getting 80-day obsession or something like that. And I'll say that there, you know, I do kind of get into that there is a reoccurring charge, but before you get any other charges, I reach out to you and let you know that your shake's about to ship. You get an email. People just want to hear that there's not going to be any surprises. So I'm very straightforward in what costs come with that. But what I do say is, you know, I can even sign you up so you get a discount on your shake come month 2 if you want to continue it. So what you'll see is you'll see a charge for $99 and $15.95. And that's just like, if they really want the details of every little thing, I do explain the costs of, but I also give them a comparison. I say, you know, as a regular customer, you'd pay $130 plus shipping and tax, and you don't get the extra discount on anything else. But if you get enrolled to be a discount coach, sometimes I don't even really say discount coach. I just say you'll get a discount. Because then when they hear the word coach, they're like, whoa, I don't want to coach anybody. Because then you have to get into the whole, well, you don't actually have to coach anyone. So then you start to eat your words. I pretty much just tell them there's a way I can sign them up to get a discount. If they get that email now that gets sent out with ShareCart that says you're joining our team, congrats on becoming a coach, that kind of thing, and they question it, all I say is, that's just how I can enroll you so you pay what I pay. And that's very comforting for people to hear too, that, you know, you're paying the same amount that I pay for my shake.
Yeah, and I also say like, this is how I sign up my mom. This is how I sign up my friends. So I keep things as like simple as possible. Like Justin, Alicia, it's, obviously a challenge pack. I'm going to sign you up with the discount membership. Now, if I know, like Alicia said, like if someone's like not 100% committed, and I can kind of sense that. I kind of get that, like with my older, like with my mom's friends, it's like, meh, I don't want to even like deal with that. So I'm just going to sign them up as a customer. But most people I say, hey, I'm going to sign you up with the discount membership. This, if you decide to continue on with Shakeology, this is going to save you $15 per month. So instead of paying, and normally I just stop it there and they're like, all right, sign me up. Because they are going to be saving $15 a month. I'm going to let them know when their next order is going out. And in parentheses, I'll say discount, when I send them the link to sign up as a discount coach and they see, that they're signing up as a coach. I'll just say, I know you're going to see that it says coach, but don't worry. You don't have to do any coaching to get the discount. This is how I sign up my mom and dad so that they get a discount on everything. And then, they'll get the email that their Shakeology is going to be shipping out. I will be obviously in touch with them and let them know. And if they want to cancel, they can, blah, 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 right? Like keep things as simple as possible. For me personally, I feel like when I go into it's $99 for this and $15, blah, 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 like that gets people really confused. And same thing like with Jessica, if I say the word coach, like it gets people confused. Discount membership, discount, however you want to phrase it, word it.
Like I've even said, like I refuse to pay full price for anything, so I won't let any of my friends pay full price for it.
Yeah.
If I know there's a discount, there's no part of me that says you can pay full price.
Perfect. And I just had somebody tonight who got the 80-day Obsession Challenge Pack as a customer, and her Shakeology was shipping out tomorrow. So I had her sign up, with the $40 fee. I had her become a coach. I told her that she's going to get her $40 back, and I priced it out for her. I said, listen, if you want to stay on Shakeology, you want to stay on Recover, like the workouts are not going to get easier in phase 2. Like you obviously want to stick with this, right? So I priced it out for her. Off the top of my head, I don't know what it was. I think it was like a $40 savings when she signed up with the coach, and I said in parentheses, don't worry, you don't have to do any coaching. This will just get you the discount. And it was easy as that. If you have that, just have it, another mindset thing of just, it's not a big deal. And I never thought it was a big deal. And I know Jessica never, right? It was just like.
No, I signed everybody up as coaches.
Yeah. And that's what we learned, like that's how we grew up.
We're so old now.
I know. I feel so old. Cool. Awesome, Kristen. All right. I know Leia was in her car. Jess, did you have anything else?
No, unless you want me to say anything else. Is there anything else you wanted me to talk about?
I was going to go over, I don't know if Leia, you're like super duper busy or you want to say something. After that, I was just going to go through like ways to actually get to get to Diamond.
I can talk.
All right, cool.
Okay. Hopefully the lighting is okay. I stuck around in my car. So my kids are hopefully sleeping when I go in the house. Okay. So, I'll just share another perspective because everybody that you heard so far today has mentioned that they got to Diamond pretty quick. And I did not get to Diamond super quick. I got to Emerald pretty quick, but then it took me probably about 5 to 6 months to get to Diamond. And I think the biggest thing for me at the beginning of coaching, I signed people up like 50-50 as coaches, 50-50 as customers. I only sign people up as coaches. They don't get a choice. I explain them everything just like everybody else has talked to you about. But my mindset, I was really close to Diamond for like a really long time. And it took me a really long time to get my last Emerald, right? It wasn't that hard to get discount coaches underneath me. I had my husband to Emerald, and then I needed another coach to get to Emerald. And that was kind of like my hurdle. And it was really like a mindset thing, I think, too, because what I wasn't doing necessarily was I wasn't necessarily teaching my coaches at that time, like how to get to Emerald or what the benefits were. Like I kind of felt like I was putting like my own fears and doubts and worries on other people, and that was inhibiting their growth and their success. And because of that, it took me a little bit longer to get to Diamond. So just kind of like, as I'm not going to talk much, but just as kind of like a summary of like what Rose had said, that mindset is really important, because it's not hard to sign up someone as a customer versus a coach. You just use different language. You just tell them they're going to get a discount. This is the best way they're going to save money, right? And it's not hard once you get enough people, for 3 on each side, to get your spouse or boyfriend or whatever to Emeralds. And then it's really just helping one more person. All that getting to Diamond is helping people get to Emerald, right? And I think a lot of times you complicate it because you make it seem like, oh my gosh, I have to get like 10 people. That sounds crazy. Or 5, or 8, and then, total of 10. Or it's actually 12, right? 12 on your downline. Anyway, but it's like you intimidate yourself right off the bat because of thinking about the big picture. Just help one person get to Emerald, and help another person get to Emerald. Help them teach their people to get to Emerald. Like once you get to Diamond, that's what it's all about, is helping your team replicate Emeralds. And it's just a mindset shift, and it's a decision, like Rose said, to just say, okay, I am going to get to Diamond. And I can say that like I'm back in like the Diamond game. I'm getting my husband to Diamond, right? For the past 3 months, I've been like wishy-washy about like getting my husband to Diamond. And then I was like, okay, stop the bullshit in your head. I'm making him Diamond this month. He's going to be Diamond this month. That's it. End of story. It's going to happen, right? Like you just have to decide. And when you decide, you put your effort and your focus and your attention on that, and it'll happen, right? As long as you're doing all the other things that, you need to do in your business. So, that's all I wanted to say.
Thanks, Leah. That was
Thanks.
good. Great. And she did say something that I loved, and I want to just like 5 more minutes. I know we're like getting close to 9:30 and almost being an hour. It's simple. You just have to help other people reach Emerald, right? If you're Emerald, even if you're not Emerald, you can absolutely do that, right? The mindset of why not me? We call it like the Emerald Factory. It's just, and that's what like really ranked dancing is all about, whether you're diamond, 1-star diamond, 2-star diamond. It's just helping people reach Emerald. So stop making it complicated, and just break it down into those small goals. Those small goals, that's what's going to make that big dream happen. So let me just share my screen one last time. And I wanted to share like really quickly. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is part of like, oops, you guys can see that. This is part of the webinar that I'll be doing tomorrow for tomorrow night for everybody. So this is like what I did as a new coach for my income, just so you guys can see. Everything in the beginning was, there we go, a little bit better. Like most of my money, that $64 came from all commission. So that's what I mean by being commission based. 2 months in, like more than 90% was coming from my team bonus cycles. So I'm not going out there, and neither Lisa or Jess or even me, like once in a blue moon, like January I had a high success club month, but I'm not a big retailer, right? Like I'm not going out there and getting like 100 success club points. Like I'll get 10, right? But building that business is really all, a financially stable business is building for those team bonus cycles. So I just wanted to show you that. All right. Last thing I want to talk about is like legit, how do you actually reach diamond besides the mindset, all that stuff, right? So a couple different ways, and you have to find the right way that's going to be working for you. I know Lisa's off. She had another call that she had to get on. But she pretty much, her business is based on inviting people to the business opportunity. Keith Callahan, he invites the business opportunity. Bob Lucido invites the business opportunity. They didn't quote unquote, they don't use the vital process. So if you guys don't know, the vital process is, getting somebody a challenge pack, getting them into a challenge group, getting people results, and then encouraging, like we did last week, encouraging people to share their story with other people, and then inviting them to the coaching opportunity, right? I do that way. I still look for influencers. I look for natural born leaders, people I think that can really absolutely rock this business. I'll ask fitness professionals. Most of the time they tell me no, but I don't care because once in a blue moon they'll tell me yes, right? So you have to find the way that's going to work for you. If you feel like the vital process of people, going through your challenge groups, get them great results, right? And then you can invite them and give them those little nuggets along the way of encouraging them. And if they post it, say, thank you so much for posting in the group. It inspires and encourages other people, helps other people stay on track, and, keeps you accountable too. So give them those little nuggets along the way in your challenge group so that when you do invite them to a coaching opportunity like we have tomorrow, it makes it a lot easier. It's a process that they're going through. Like I was telling just before too, most of my coaches came from inviting them. If you're not inviting people to your challenge group, if you're not inviting people to the coaching opportunity, nothing's going to happen. So if you're saying, how do I grow my team? You have to talk about the business. You have to talk about it on your social media, in your Instagram stories. Are you showing that you're doing a power hour? Are you showing that you're on a team call? Are you showing that you're doing business activities? Are you showing what the business has done for you already? Whether it's small that you're, Ashley shared yesterday that she's able to pay for half of her son's daycare. It's freaking expensive, but she was able to pay for half of it, and that's huge. Are you sharing those little bits and pieces with people about what being a coach means to you? The friendships, the trips, all of us are starting to get invited to the cruise, like that stuff you want to shout out to the rooftop. If you guys haven't noticed, like in every other of my posts, I'm saying I'm going on vacation and people think I'm going tomorrow. No, like I'm not going on vacation for another 2 weeks, but I'm going to play that story out as much as I can because that's part of my brand of being financially, financially free, having that freedom to go on vacation whenever I want to, and to have that, that lifestyle of traveling, something that like I always wanted to do. So that's part of my story. So don't forget to incorporate that. It doesn't always have to be about the business, but show what this opportunity can do for people. That way, when you do invite them, it's not coming out of the blue. So you got to invite and encourage people. Don't think you can grow a team without actually inviting people. People are not going to just, you might get one person showing up in your inbox saying that they want to be on your team, but most of it is going to actually be from actively inviting. So you have to, I'll end it with this. You have to get real with yourself. Are you actually inviting people to the business opportunity? How many people are you going to have on the webinar tomorrow? If you're having one, maybe that one person would sign up, but percentage wise, you need 10 people to get one person to sign up. So if you want one person to sign up as a coach tomorrow night for the webinar, make sure that you invite 10 to that webinar. So that is what I have for tonight. Thanks everybody for hopping on. It's 9:30, so I'll stay on for a little bit. If you guys want to add anything, other Diamond coaches on here, Carrie, who else? Or if you guys have any questions, Erica. Silence. Anybody? Anyone have any questions? Are we all good for tonight? All right, guys. Print out your trackers. Let's see them. Post them in the team page. That's what I want you guys to do. Homework for tonight. Print these babies out. If you're already Diamond, Get your spouse to diamond. That's your homework, right? Post these in our team page. Let's see where you are reaching diamond. All right, guys, have a good one.